On February 5th, Claude announced nothing less than their new Claude Opus 4.6 model. In this video, you'll see a quick summary of this launch, what this new model brings, and whether it's worth it or not. And we'll share our thoughts too. Now, unlike previous models, Claude Opus 4.6 stands out for handling much longer tasks autonomously, planning long-term, and doing software engineering work with almost no user help. Meanwhile, Anthropic closed its latest funding round, solidifying its market position with a $10 billion raise that brings its valuation to $350 billion. Now, additionally, the Claude model, Claude Opus 4.6, will give us a context window of 1 million tokens. Alright, to really understand what Claude Opus 4.6 means and the leap it's taking us on, we need to compare it with the previous version 4.5. The thing is, the transition from one version to another isn't linear. Opus 4.5 launched in November 2025, just 3 months ago, and focused on improving fluency and basic coding ability, something many of us definitely noticed. And Opus 4.6 tackles the structural limitations that allow LLMs to conduct deep research. And theoretically, the promise is that 4.6 differs from its predecessor in 3 key ways. First, as we mentioned, there's the context we're seeing, going from 200,000 tokens to 1 million tokens, letting us work with much bigger and longer projects. The second promise is that autonomy and persistence they're offering us. Unlike the previous version, which required constant prompting, Opus 4.6 introduces native agent orchestration. What this does is derive context better and reduce the hallucinations that previous models had. And the third feature is adaptive reasoning. Before, the model reasoned in a static way. Now we have a dynamic model where it decides how long to think before responding, allocating resources and compute based on the system's complexity. Well, as for the capabilities, we're already seeing them. We're seeing it has knowledge work scores on GDP val of 1606, the best we've seen so far. It has an agentic search accuracy of 84%, the highest score in the industry. It also has, as always, the best coding performance above all the others. We had that GPT 5.2 codex that shocked everyone and beat the Opus 4.5 that ChatGPT released in response to Claude. But Claude once again surpasses what its own competition throws at it. Gemini seems to be falling slightly behind with almost a 9-point gap from both companies. And then we have the reasoning section. It has accuracy from 40 to 53.1% when using tools. And honestly, looking at these benchmarks, it clearly promises a lot. You should keep in mind, of course, that Claude's team will have highlighted the benchmarks where they excel. And there'll be other benchmarks, probably all the ones they haven't shown where they don't stand out as much and fall further behind. And here we're seeing, for example, that in agentic coding, Opus 4.5 scored slightly higher, still above many of the other capabilities. We're seeing that for graduate level reasoning, ChatGPT is better with 93.2% ChatGPT Pro. For visual reasoning, ChatGPT is also better, and Gemini without tools is even better than ChatGPT with tools. Can you imagine? And for multilingual and QA, Gemini is better, okay? Well, obviously, these are just statistics, and you really have to test it when it comes down to it to see if the agent actually works. The reality is that Claude keeps getting better and better, and it's surprising. And now with these innovations they're bringing us, we're no longer going to have those traditional bottlenecks for retrieving information or the sequential reasoning we had with Claude. Plus, now we have that additional million tokens. We're seeing that in long contexts, it also shows a great improvement compared to older models. And in long reasoning context too, especially compared to the previous one, at 1 million parameters. Let's not even talk about it. I mean, they've almost doubled the performance. In terms of cybersecurity, once again, they've outdone themselves. Life sciences as well. And in a test that is the long-term coherence, which is Vending Bench 2, has been able to generate $8,017.59, well above other models, honestly. So, in my opinion, what they've done with this update has been to give the model the ability to have better long-term reasoning, which is super positive. By long-term, I mean larger context. Being able to also have the adaptive capacity to decide how long to process an input is also something that will be really helpful for the model. We've already seen it. The leaps are massive. So tell me what you think. Do you think they're on the right track, trying to be able to autonomously handle larger projects? In my opinion, they're on the right track. I think they know their audience very well. Unlike ChatGPT, which focused on making ChatGPT codecs, when really most ChatGPT users, I don't think, are programmers. I'd say if someone wants an AI tool for programming, they go to Claude in 2026, 2025, and even in 2024. And I think we're talking about whether GPT 5.3 codecs will compete or not. But for me, what we've always seen is that Anthropic always has a card or an ace up their sleeve. Tell me what you guys think. It's true their pricing has been pretty steep, and recently they've been adding limitations to their chat. We've seen them convert the basic paid plan, the €18 per month one, into basically a paid trial version where you use the model, and after multiple interactions, it just tells you you've run out of messages. We'll see if the ability to generate outputs more efficiently or accurately also helps users interact less with the AI or lets them have more and more messages. That's really the only downside I see, you know? If you really want to use Claude and plan to use the most expensive model, the max plan at €90 a month, or even the €18 plan, once you have a moderately large project which doesn't even have to be that big, you'll burn through your daily message limit, especially if you use AI constantly in your day-to-day work. That's what a lot of people are saying. That's the common opinion. And well, I'm here to give you the facts. Let me know what you think about the new Claude. Did you find it interesting? Do you like it? Yes, no? And that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in future videos. Bye bye.